Well, we're dealing with cold, obviously, now, some cold temperatures. I mean, we haven't seen these temperatures in about a week or so, maybe a little bit longer, but it's been warm for us.
Yeah, I guess it shows it can always be worse, right?
Yeah. Snow,
Good.
I mean, some people really want the snow, but I don't know if you want that much of it. So.
I don't think so. We also learned something new on Live Weather Impact. I had no idea about this, but Tim Buckley, who's our chief meteorologist at our sister station, was saying that a lot of those areas that see the lake effect, they also will just get water that like just sprays up on the houses and then it turns into ice.
Yeah, that happened.
You can't open your door.
Yeah, I went to school in Milwaukee and they don't think of it like that. It's like Chicago though. We would get it all the time and you would actually see it on buildings. That's how high it gets up.
I guess I didn't think about that with like snow. It's like you think snow, but you don't think the ice too. Nah.
And the wind too. Man, it's not fun.
So nice to be in the Carolinas. We don't have to deal with any of that. Cold weather alerts up in the mountains tonight. We have Ashwaubenon and Avery County under those cold weather advisories because of actual air temperatures closer to 5 degrees. That's 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And wind gusts, of course, high elevated at about 20 to 40 miles an hour. That is in those areas where there's a wind advisory in Greater Caldwell and Burke County. 45 to 60 miles an hour up in Ashwaubenon and Avery County. So again, the combination of those three counties, our mountain communities, will likely see wind chills passing just below the freezing mark all the way down to degrees below zero. So wind gusts right now 59 in Boone, you have 64 in Jefferson. It's still pretty breezy and windy here across the Piedmont, but again, nothing like what those areas in Ashwaubenon and Avery County are going to see. In fact, even here in Charlotte, it's 36, but we have a feels like of 28. Remember, with elevated winds, we have some kind of exposure to your skin. Essentially, the wind moves across your skin, heat is released back into the atmosphere, and that's what causes that wind chill factor. So anytime you have cold air mixed in with winds above about 5 miles an hour, you're going to get hit with some kind of wind chill. And of course, it's the opposite during the summer when we have the heat index forecast. So right now, we are already starting to see some of those feels like temperatures closer to 0 degrees. We have about 5 below here heading into tomorrow morning for the mountains. Areas across the Piedmont, upper teens, lower 20s. Now again, these are wind chills, so the actual air temperature on your thermometer at home might be a few degrees warmer, but remember, this is a combination of the wind and what it feels like on your skin when exposed to that kind of cold temperatures. Now, even tomorrow afternoon, we're only going to see winds feeling closer to about 40 miles an hour with the wind chills, so it's pretty much going to be cold from start to finish. I would say probably a heavy coat start to the day on Tuesday and maybe a lighter jacket by the afternoon. Wednesday morning, still very cold, but instead of the 5 degrees below zero, we have the single digits, and of course it won't be as cold here in the Queen City. But again, even during the afternoon on New Year's Eve, it is still going to be on the cooler side. We are certainly falling well away from the 70-degree temperatures we had last week. So as we look at preview of your New Year's forecast, here's New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Both mornings will start right around the mid-30s, so right around freezing. Wednesday, of course, is New Year's Eve. Temperatures right in around 52, 53. That's closer to where we should be for this time of year. We will start to trend higher, even closer to 60 degrees in a few spots on Thursday for the first new day of 2026. And as we look ahead to the first weekend of a new year, things could get messy. We are trending a lot wetter when it comes to this next chance for rain. I mentioned this during our earlier newscast, but it looks like we'll see our next chance of rain coming in Friday night and into Saturday. Likely won't last all day, but with the wedge set up where we have a lot of that cold air, lots of cloudy sky conditions, we will have to watch the chance for even some wintry precipitation up in the mountains. So stand by for any changes there. Here's your forecast tomorrow. 40s for actual air temperatures, but it feels like the 30s all day long. Here's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. There's that next chance of rain Friday night and into Saturday, but really other than that small change we have for the upcoming week and Tuesday, of course, tomorrow's pretty chilly temperatures. It's relatively normal.